most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from.
Welcome to the network show. I'm your host, Lawrence Wingate, and today we have a special guest by the name of Russell Rapp from Broken Bub Productions, LLC. But before we bring Russell on, I want to say this is our second season of the network show, and I couldn't do it without our Patreon members for making this happen for us. What they do, they support the show, they support our web series, they support our other podcast shows, our events, as well as our short films. And I just want to take this time out to say thank you. Now, Russell Rapp is a young man that I met in one of my networking events, and he and I connected, and he is phenomenal. He does a lot of great things, and I think you should hear what he has to say. All right, let's bring Russell in on here. Russell, how you doing, brother?
How you doing?
All right, all right. Uh, Let the audience and the listeners know who you are and what you do.
My name's Russell Rapp. I am a freelance filmmaker. I work on short films, feature films. I have a small business. It's a production company. It's very small business right now. It's just really me, and I outsource a lot. I get actors involved and sometimes other filmmakers involved and editors, cinematographers, and we get together and make new content. A lot of good new content.
So, Russell, why did you get into filmmaking, or was it a dream of yours, or was it something you just fell into?
Um, Back in high school, I was knew I wanted to go into college after high school, and I actually was thinking of being a chef at first. I wanted to cook, and I kind of still cook. Um, it would be nice to somehow work as a chef on the side. I've been working. I worked as like a runner, bus boy for a little while back in high school, but I decided to go into film instead, and that's what I started doing in college, and I just stuck with it, stuck doing it.
So, if you had to decide filming or being a chef, which one you prefer, or they equal?
I mean, they're probably just as high anxiety jobs. I mean, they're probably both as stressful, but equally. But I think I'd stick with this. I would.
All right, all right. So, take us through a day of your operation from concept to bringing a film to reality.
Um, well, Day to day is usually I will check emails. Um, I write a lot of emails, so I'll look to see follow up if anybody has gotten back to me. Um, if so, I'll keep keep talking to them. If it's something about like also I've been filtering a lot. I've been getting a lot of bot calls and stuff on my phone. So I just registered on the do not call list, but it's more of just bots and scam stuff. That's so that I did yesterday. And also filtering with like my YouTube channel. I have a couple YouTube channels, but one was a little it needed to be cleaned up a little bit. I kind of deleted some unprofessional things on the YouTube channel, so I've just been like filtering things out and um, just picking like different new team members and different people to work with and things like that.
Yeah, I know the feeling. As a filmmaker myself, trust me, I get a lot more scam calls than I do regular calls. You know,
Yeah.
and going through all the spam email. Yes, it's a pain as well. So,
hmm
Broken Bub Production, is that your company or is that a larger company that you're part of?
No, Broken Bowl is a company I started. I kind of had the idea to start it in college when I first started. Um, but it was just like this idea that I didn't really start until I think 2015. I think I started it, really got serious about it after I graduated, and then um, put came up with a name, made sure the name wasn't used yet. Came up with the name. I started reaching out to different people for logos, outsourcing, like, hey, who wants to help me with a logo? Paid a couple people for that. And yeah, it's just a little small business right now, compared to a movie theater chain or something like that.
All right. Is it just you, or is it, friends that you connected with through partnerships in order to do the things that you do?
Actually, I like when I started getting more serious about it, and like I think year like 3 or 4, I was like, hey, like I kind of think I need like team members. Like I'm kind of looking for team members. So I was talking to 2 or 3 people about it. One of them was an editor I was working with who I liked working with, and I was working with him for a while, and then I offered it to a cinematographer that I was working with, and then I even offered it to a guy I went to college with. But it never panned out for those 3 people. But I'm actually kind of still looking for team members at the moment. Actually,
All right. And what would be a good fit for you in respect to team members? What type of team members are you looking for that will you look for somebody that has a lot of experience, some experience, or some people who are willing to learn?
um, I mean, either way, um, a lot of experience is always good, and even just a little bit of experience, because the thing about it is it's kind of like almost like a commitment thing. It's not like a really challenging commitment, but it's just kind of like, you have to bear with me. You have to stay in there, and it could be done virtually. It would be good to meet up with someone, um, normally, if they were up to it, but it's just kind of like an ongoing thing. So it's about almost like a commitment thing with that, and the experience doesn't really matter to me, really.
Right. So yeah, from what I know about you and from having several conversations with you, you are good at teaching people things that they want to learn and or need to learn in respect to filmmaking. And you know, everybody can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean, it's so that's teaching is, you have to be patient with that, and not everybody can have the patience to even learn stuff like that. So it's a lot. It takes a long time. And as a teacher, I'm not a teacher. I'm just saying I've been in these classes, and Most of them actually were just watching movies. Um, I didn't do any math classes. There's no math to it. It's really just paying attention to what you're looking at, watching a short film or a movie. But when it can get really technical. Like almost can be like a movie can be paused at a certain point and be like, hey, like you see this on the screen, like why do you think this is in a certain point on the screen or in the frame? And it's almost like a bizarre question you hear at first, but it's like when it gets explained to you, like, oh, that's why they put that there. Um, and that's really most of what it was when I was learning about it.
I know the feeling. I've seen that situation many times, and but to be able to teach somebody something that they want to learn and watch them get it and watch them grow from it, it's a beautiful thing to have. So
Mhm.
what we're going to do, I'm going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back. Okay?
Okay.
Welcome back to the show. Okay, continue what you were saying before, ref, as far as um, teaching people what they need to know. When you see people learning something that you taught them, how does that make you feel?
When I see something that someone taught me,
Or somebody you taught somebody else?
when I see somebody do something that I taught someone,
Yes,
when I see that, it makes me feel good. I mean, if it makes me feel like they were paying attention and they understood what I was talking about.
I know the feeling. Uh, I got a question. Um, who are your top three movie directors of all time?
I would say number one is probably Steven Spielberg, just because he's a classic. I mean, the guy's like he started out really young and he's still doing it today. I mean, you got to hand it to the guy. So that's number one. That would be number one. The second one would probably be Christopher Nolan. Just because Christopher Nolan is he doesn't really have a very big portfolio. He just has, I would say, maybe 8 or 9 movies, but they're so good. And it's really so in depth. Like he goes so far down that rabbit hole with his movies. Like Inception, for example, was like, huh? How did he think about that one? So he's another one up there for me. And I think number three would be David Lynch. I mean, I'm a big David Lynch fan. I saw Razorhead when I was um, in college, and um, I remember being watching that movie, and I was like when in the beginning, it almost seems like he's going over the moon, like
Hmm.
right over the moon, like the landscape.
Hmm.
So I was like, where is this going? Is this like a sci-fi movie? But it's not. It's just like kind of like a dreamy landscape kind of like drama,
Hmm.
and really good. Very
Yeah,
very good filmmaker right there.
yeah. He wants to confuse you in the beginning, and then so he could capture your attention and want to feel. I want you to be like, okay, what is going on? And over time in the film, he answers all your questions.
Mm-hmm.
And what you think in the beginning is nothing what the ending is or what you thought
Mm-hmm.
it was. You know, that's yeah, because
I, I got a kick out of Twin Peaks too. I mean, Twin
uh,
Peaks. It's almost like he has this really subtle sense of humor, but like it's super hilarious. Like it's really funny. I mean, there's moments in Twin Peaks when the police officer steps on a plank of wood and smacks
yeah,
himself in the
yeah,
face, and then takes forever to like he doesn't fall down. He just like wobbles around, but it's like
right.
2 minutes of that going on. So it's like, what is that?
Yeah, he'll take a serious situation and then do something like that in order to break it up and then
Mm,
go back being serious again. But
yeah,
after a while, you don't laugh so hard, you forgot where you at.
yeah,
So
yeah. He's very good
so
at that.
so what do you have planned for this year?
This year, I think I I kind of want to keep going on this cartoon. I started a cartoon, like this cartoon idea. I think I don't know, maybe 2018. And I just came up with this little idea, and I am revisiting it this past year, and just looking at the artwork and stuff, and I'm starting to cast it. I'm actually fully cast in that now. I have all my actors together, so that's in development, and I'm working on that, and also I'm trying to get my feature film up and running here. Hopefully next month on streaming platforms. So that's this year.
So why cartoons?
Um, I I kind of was very always very interested in like animation, like how do you do that, like what goes on there, like what is that. And I started experimenting a little bit with stop motion stuff in college, and I loved it. It's like it's so time consuming, but it feels good to be like in a studio, just listening to music, and really no one has to be around for most of it. It's kind of just maybe you, maybe like somebody can help out here and there, but most of it's just like you moving around a piece of clay or pieces of paper, or just take pictures and stuff. And I like it. It's like just a tranquil kind of thing. I like creating stuff like that. So and then watching it on screen is just totally. You don't really know like exactly what it'll look like. So that's kind of like another. Um, I don't know if it's a disadvantage or an advantage, just because when you're actually watching it, it's like it's usually way better than you think it would be. So
Right, right, right. So what would you like our viewers and listeners to know about you that we hadn't talked about?
what do you want
Anything.
other other
Yeah, anything outside of filmmaking, what other passions do you have?
um I like to hike a lot. I like to hike. I mean, if you're following me at all on social media, see me on social media. I mean, there's a lot of hiking stuff over there. And I like doing that, just hiking, walking in the woods with friends and stuff. being in nature. So that's um, one of my passions.
Do you get inspirations from being out there in the wilderness of, scenes and writing certain scripts from being out there?
Sometimes I do bring my camera out there, and just there's videos I have of you know just walking and taking videos or even photos of stuff, and I just make a little video out of it or something like that. So yeah, I do get a kind of inspiration out of it.
Okay. 'Cause I find it myself where, sometimes I could be driving through the city and I see something happen. It could be funny or it could be something serious, and it'll spark an idea, and I come home and write a script, an outline, something. Then I just build it out from there. And I find I get inspiration from many different things. But
Hmm.
I haven't been hiking in a long time, so but it just it sometimes I'll be laying in bed. It could be 3 in the morning, and the idea hit me, and I have to get up and get it out of my head. You ever find that happen to you?
Yeah, I like to listen to music sometimes before I go to sleep, or even if I'm walking outside, I'll listen to music, and that music does bring in a lot of cool little ideas that could be put down on paper later. Um, just having like a journal by the bed, and you wake up and, oh, I want to write this down real fast. So yeah, it's just listening to music is a big one
All
for
right.
me.
Well, we're coming to the tail end of the show. How can our viewers get in contact with you and our listeners?
Um, if you are on Facebook, just search for Russell Rapp. Instagram is rapper72. I have a gamer tag on Xbox, the same rapper72. LinkedIn is again Russell Rapp. Um, Alignable. I met you on Alignable. That's same thing. If you Broken Bolt Productions on Google, Alignable, you can find me there.
All right. Well, Russell, it has been a pleasure having you on the show. As you know, if you need anything, whatever, reach out to me. And also in the near future, I want to do a film project with you as well. Yeah,
Okay.
and we're gonna make things happen. Russell, have a great day, and speak with you soon, brother.
All right. Thanks, Lawrence. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. You
Thank you.
too. We want to thank Russell for coming on the show. As you see, he does a lot of things more than what he said he do. I've seen it, and if you're a filmmaker or actor or a videographer or cinematographer, reach out to Russell. He's always looking to work with new people and create new experiences. So this concludes the network show. And if you want to join our Patreon, it's patreon.com/Wingate Studios. And we out.
The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. So you are what you are in this world. That's either one of two things. Either you're somebody or you're nobody. The most important thing in business is honesty, family, never forgetting where we came from. Either you're somebody or you're nobody.